boys and girls, this is Mrs. Sharp from room 104 in pre-K, and today I'm going to teach you how to make a fitness fortune teller. If you're in our class, you'll remember that we made one once before when we did the winter animals unit. Under each flap was a winter animal, and you had to tell us a fun fact that you remembered about it. Well, today we're going to do a similar fortune teller, but instead of fun facts about winter animals, you're going to get some sort of fitness activity that you have to do. And you get to come up with whatever silly exercises you want to put under each flap. So why don't we get started? Okay, now you want to start out with a square piece of paper. So if you're using a piece of computer paper or lined paper or any other construction paper, you want to cut it into a square. And as we all remember, a square is a shape where each of the four sides is equal in length. It's the same size on each side. Okay, so we're starting with our square. Now, if you're in room 104, you remember that Mrs. Sharp's favorite color is orange, so that's why I'm using orange today. Now, I'm going to start by folding my paper in half. Okay, so you just match up the two sides like that, and now I'm going to fold it in half again. So when you're done, you should have another smaller square, just like that. Okay, now you're going to open your square, and if you want, you'll notice that these lines where we folded it all meet in the center at this point. So if you want, you could circle it. You don't have to. I'm just circling it so you can pay attention and really see where that spot is. Now you're going to take each of the four corners of your square and you're going to bring it into the center. So I have this corner, I'm just bringing it in to the middle where I've circled that center point where all my folds meet. And I'm going to do that with each of the corners. And then I fold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you'll notice I'm making some new shapes here. Once I fold it, okay, my overall paper is still a square, a little bit smaller. It has 4 even sides, but I've also created these, what shape? That's right, it's a triangle. I have 4 triangles now. Okay, now I'm going to flip my paper over. Here's all the flappy side. I'm going to flip it over so now it's all smooth. Now you'll see again, I have that spot right in the center where my fold marks meet. I'm going to circle it for you just so you can see really well. It's right there. Okay, and now I'm going to do the same thing I just did before. I'm going to take all 4 corners and bring them into the middle like that. See, I just bring them up, bring them right into the middle where those 2 lines meet. There we go. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just try to get as close as you can. Okay, my dog is not cooperating, Oscar. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. We're back. Okay, so all the corners are back in the middle. Now, this is where we're going to write our little messages, our little things to do are going to go under this flap. Okay? Now, if I want to, and of course I do, I'm going to take a minute to decorate the outside of my fortune teller. So I'm going to flip it over, okay? These are the little pockets where my fingers are going to go, but I'm going to decorate them, just make them a little interesting. I have, you could do whatever you want. I'm just going to put some star stickers on there, make it a little bit flashy. There we go. Maybe you want to color some pictures on there. You could glue things on. I lost one of my points there. All right. Whew. There we go. Okay, so now I'm almost at the end. Let's flip it back over. I've decorated the finger parts. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, you'll notice I've created even more triangles. I have these bigger triangles here from my flap, but I also have these smaller triangles right here, like this. And here's another one over here. And so on all the way around. And each one of those little triangles is going to get a number on it. So I have my marker. I'm just gonna put number 1. Oh, that marker's not so great. 2, I rotate it. 3, good way to practice your numbers. 4, remember we make that L and then a line down. 5, remember we always start straight, big fat belly, and then the hat. 6, 7, and 8. Okay, now here's the fun part. Your job is to come up with 8 fun things to put under those flap, 8 fun messages. I thought a neat thing to do would be to come up with exercises. You know, we're stuck at home, we can't go to the playground right now, so we're all trying to think of fun ways to stay in shape. So I'm gonna make my fortune teller be about fun fitness kind of things. So I'm gonna start with number 1, and number 1 might be, I don't know, and you can have mom or dad help you write things. You can tell them what you want to write. I might write 10 jumping jacks. Okay, and then number 2, remember I'm staying inside this triangle. I might write up and down stairs 3 times. Okay, you can run up and down your stairs 3 times. Now I'm gonna go to number 3. Maybe I might do sing the ABCs while hopping on 1 foot. You could do anything you want, something silly. You could do, you know, toe touches or sit-ups or push-ups, or you could do something silly that involves songs, as long as you're doing something moving around. And you would write something under each number. And then when you're done, when you're all done, you would fill them all in, or your mom or dad would fill them all in. You're just going to fold it in half. Okay, fold it in half. You see how I'm running over it with my fingernail? I'm just making sure all those folds are nice and crisp. That makes it work better. Okay, so I folded it in half, and now I can stick my fingers inside these flaps. I stick 2 fingers here in this flap, and then I stick 2 fingers on this side, and now, watch, I push them together, and look at that, my fortune teller comes to life. And now you are ready to play. See? You can do fortune teller while you're singing a song and then stop, or you can have someone pick a number and you could do that. And then once it's open, you ask them to pick one of the numbers they see inside. So you might say 3. So then you would go 1, 2, 3. And then you would tell them to pick a number they see again, and they might pick 2. So you would open it up and look under number 2, and it would say, oh, go up and down the stairs 3 times. And that person would have to run up and down your stairs 3 times. And then you could play again with the next person. It could be your turn. And you don't have to do it with exercise. You could put any kind of silly things you want under the flaps. You could make it tell fortunes. You could put in imagination things that you want to, what type of house do you want to live in when you grow up? And you could put different kinds of houses, a tree house, or a mansion, or a castle, or things like that. So hope you have a lot of fun with it, and I can't wait to talk to you again soon.